Levio, what's going on, Levio? We're live here in Camberfield, bro.
We are live.
Nobody's watching
Jeez,
us on
I thought we
YouTube,
were
but
going to be
that's all right,
counting
man.
down, but that's all right.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Bit on the spot there, but it's okay.
That's all right. This is just a bit of a test run. We're going to go live on YouTube through YouTube. Sorry. We're going to go live on Facebook through YouTube. That's why we've got this on. So if anyone comes on like this person that's watching us right now, Salam Lad, I hope you're well.
Salam Lad.
Yeah, this isn't part of the show. It's just us mucking around until we get on. Is that right, Levy?
Yeah, exactly right. So we're having a bit of fun.
Bit of fun. Whoever's watching's lucky to see that. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, exactly.
One person in the whole entire universe.
In the whole of
1 in 1 billion.
Australia.
1 in 1 billion, bro.
1 in 1.
1 for 1.
So we have a guest on today.
We do, yes.
And who is our guest today?
His name's Bahri Aldatmaz. My brother Bahri Aldatmaz. He's a flight instructor, so it's going to be very interesting to have him on and have a discussion of what he does, how he got into it, you know, exactly why he's doing it. And he's got some inspirational messages for some of the youth. He's telling all the guys out there to get off your bum and become a flight instructor, man.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't see many Turks or Lebanese people coming in. It's he reckons that it's time for our community to kind of wake up a little bit.
Oh, definitely, yeah, for the youngsters especially too.
Yeah,
you know,
wake up to seeing a really great potential of being a pilot, because it's a great job and brings in a lot of money, bro.
It does, and you can travel the world and you can get to see a lot of places and meet different people, which is great.
Imagine flying over. I don't know if you can, but imagine flying over the pyramids, bro.
Oh, mate.
Do you reckon they're allowed to fly over the pyramids?
Well, yeah, there would be the flight, depending on the flight path. So all flight paths do change, so depending on the airline. So they always take one certain way. But yeah, I love it. I love, I wanted to be an extra pilot as well myself when I was younger. But I changed it and trade into be, in construction. But I want to be doing to start again, actually, as well. So
definitely.
Yeah, start doing some flying and flight lessons again.
That would be fun. I've never done it. Our friend Baz is about to take me out, man, maybe next week for my first one, bro.
Oh, yeah.
How was it for you when you first flew up?
It was definitely nerve-wracking. So we're in a Cessna 152, so the single prop. We went up to, I think it was around 4,500 to 5,000 feet.
Okay.
We flew around the airport, obviously in Melton. Yep. Obviously, it was a grass landing strip, so it wasn't actually asphalt.
Okay.
So it was a bit more rough, to be honest. But you know what? It was very nerve-wracking the first time taking controls, obviously, of the airplane, or actually, the Cessna as it flies. So I was actually like sweating from nervousness so much underneath the arms, because you're trying to hold on to the actual yoke as well. So you're trying to, obviously, the rudders as well. So it's a experience, definitely,
bro. It sounds great.
It's amazing.
It sounds scary. I'm scared of flights, man. Well, I'm not scared of heights per se, but it just depends, man. I'm scared of flying. That's the truth.
You know what I think it is, you just get used to it. And I think, like, when they say turbulence is like a bumpy road, you know what I mean? On as you're traveling. So, but then again, it's up to without a ground, but it's up to the pilots as well to actually maneuver and get around that as well, because you won't see them going through big dense clouds, obviously, because of the storms and stuff.
Wow.
There is different types of storms that happen, obviously, in the actual the cloud system as well. So they do tend to veer around to make it more enjoyable flight for you. So there's a lot of things there for pilots, and there's a lot of responsibility that they go through too. So it's quite interesting and a challenging job, and it's a great job. And I wish I had that job as well. It'd be actually awesome, because you're actually officers in the sky.
Imagine that.
So
you're rocking up with your suitcase and your views in the clouds, man.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you're floating. It's like you're dreaming every single moment of it.
The feeling of freedom.
Wow.
It's actually it's amazing. I think get to travel around the world, stay in different hotels and meet different people and eat different food, and have a busy schedule. And like I said, it's a non-stop go job. So
that is crazy.
It's amazing. Yeah, love.
That is crazy, guys. We're live in Camberfield on the Aydin Show.
Yes, we are.
That's right. Every Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Man.
Definitely join in. Obviously, from 7 onwards. We try to have it till go until 8, but sometimes we can depending on the person we have as well. So
yeah, look, it's usually around 20 minutes to 40 minutes,
Yeah.
but very interesting subjects, subjects that, we could learn a lot from. So
Yeah,
we
definitely.
recommend you guys jumping on board every Wednesdays at 7 p.m., but also subscribing to YouTube and liking the page on Facebook. That'll definitely support us and help us
Definitely.
grow.
Definitely like
So
us.
there we go. What did
And
we do?
share.
What did we do today, bro? How was
Day's
work?
been pretty busy. Like I said, just scheduling and getting the trades in and making sure, they got their dates set
Yeah,
for
for
the
everyone
builds and stuff. So
That's right. For everyone that doesn't know, me and Levy work together. We're here in at Case Homes in Camberfield, and we've got our studio here as well. So we get to spend a bit of time together, building houses for customers that are out there in the northern and metropolitan area in Melbourne. It's pretty much we look after the whole Melbourne. We do go a little bit further out sometimes too. We've been to Ballarat and to Bendigo, so we can drive out a little bit. That's no problem at all.
yeah,
But,
down to the coastlines too. Yeah,
yeah, building's fun, isn't it?
it is. It's definitely fun and it's also challenging as well. So you get
Better than being a
different-
mechanic, don't you reckon?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. But
Imagine fixing a car, man, or building a car up. I don't think I could do that. I'm not good with
what?
nuts and bolts, bro.
Yeah, I had the passion for that. I actually done my pre-app on mechanics too ages ago when I actually first when I left school, but when I was a youngster. So it was either that or something else. But I ended up going into motor mechanics, and I did get my pre-apps in there and trying to get into performance. So my back wasn't the best on that. So I thought, you know what, I'll call it quits and just move forward. But there's a lot of work that they go through.
If your back wasn't the best in that, try Brick Lane, brother.
Imagine like leaning over all the time. You're leaning out
tough.
all the time.
It's
You know what I mean? And it's heavy.
I don't mind back breaking jobs. I don't mind
Yeah, of
lifting.
course.
I'm kind of used to it because of going into bricking and doing that. It's just more those little bits and pieces, like using those bolts and figuring out how I guess it's like every job. You just got to kind of go through it and try to learn as much as you can possibly.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man. I mean, I was used to getting mud all over my hands, so I guess oil's not much of a difference.
Yeah, no, it's you can always they've got that material now that you can actually just wipe your hands with. It's just like a bit of sand or a bit of, I don't know. It's a very different sort of soapy thing. It just takes the whole.
I think
oil off.
it's a grey soap, isn't it? So the grey soap.
They've got the grey. They've got different kinds of stuff now. So it's got the grey soap. They've got this other type of it's not like a liquid, but it's also like a paste as well. So when you rub it, obviously takes it out through your hand. So it's actually pretty good.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, if you go to the mechanics, you can.
I knew that there was those grey ones. They used to use that back in the day.
Yeah, the real rough one.
They used to even put them in the mosques where you take your wudu and you're like, what is this shit? Like it's ripping through my skin, man. Why are they so cheap? Some
yeah,
mosques,
it's full of hardcore stuff. You just rip your
put some proper soap there. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly right. That's
they're thinking about all the mechanics that are going in there to pray, I guess. Good on them.
Take that oil off.
That's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, no, it's all the jobs now. Have got the different challenges and all their they've got the different things. So it's tough.
Do you love what you do right now?
Yes, I do. I do love what I do.
What do you love? What do you love the most about building homes?
It's just a challenge on every single job. It's all different. You know what I mean? So we get either custom homes and our own designs as well. So it's just a challenge in every single job. What's going to come next, and you just try to make sure that you're up ahead on it and just making sure you know what's going on and be alert. You know what I mean? And just double checking on everything. So it's just I love
planning. I love being outdoors.
100%.
I love going from site to site.
You're not on the same job all the time. You know what I mean?
You're not seeing the same people. You're not seeing the same, same environment all the time. And I love dealing with different customers that walk in, man. Like you've got so many different ones. I love servicing people, and I love sales. So I love selling stuff, and making sure that I believe integrity is very important, brother. Integrity and honesty is very important in 100%. Business. And so when you sell a customer a home and they've got a big smile on their face, they know that they've just got a really good deal. That's what makes me happy, man.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, because you see that smile at the face. You know what I mean? Before they leave, and then at the end of the day, and even at the end of the job. So it's good to see that.
Definitely
is. Yeah, it is.
What's the time? 6:45. We've got another 15 minutes.
Another 15 minutes.
15 minutes with Ahmed and
Are
Levy.
we transferring from here to?
Yeah. So so people that are watching us at the moment, there's not many, but our show is usually based on Facebook. That's probably why. Levy.
Yeah.
Majority. We've got about 1,000 people that follow us on Facebook, that watch us on Facebook. Each episode's about 1,000 views on Facebook, but on YouTube, we haven't been using it too much, man. That's the truth. So that's why it's a bit slow at the moment. However, what we're going to be doing, so through YouTube, we'll be transitioning onto Facebook. YouTube will still be running. You'll still be watching us through that if you decide you guys want to watch it through YouTube. It's an option. But yeah, we will be on Facebook Live.
On Facebook Live, Facebook Live. That's
oh man, I really want to ask someone what song they want to put on.
Yeah, if you've got any songs or something that you want to listen to, just let us know.
How about
we can put on something
a
now.
little bit in the background, bro. Oh,
there you go.
Listen to that deep Turkish saz rap beats, instrumental music.
Good.
It's crazy, man. I love
Turkish
stuff. I love Turkish instrumental music.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
what's your favorite? What's your favorite all-time instrument?
I'll be honest. It'll be the saz, which is a Turkish guitar. Yeah, I love the divan saz. So I love all types of saz, obviously, but yeah, the divan is probably my favorite out of all the sazes. Electro is a really nice one as well. So you get to change the tunes and stuff on the pedals and that. So it's there's a kanun, the violin, obviously.
I
love all sorts of the
soothing,
and also the keyboard, the piano. We play that a lot as well with a good friend of mine, Tamer. So he's a multi-talented musician. So
we're hoping to get him on. the show.
Definitely. We're going to be having him on the show as well.
Get him to play us a couple of tunes. I've got a friend, Genghis, that also teaches for a living.
Yes, Genghis Temin as well.
He teaches all sorts of instruments, bro, not just the one or two. He goes through like anything that someone wants to learn. He directs them the right way. I actually
went to Genghis at the start too.
You did, didn't you?
From him, I learned to saz from him for a bit of time, and
he's fully booked out.
Yeah, he is. He's always booked out. And he's always been pretty busy. So
he gets 1 hour lessons in, and he does about 14 hours a day, man. Up to 14 hours a day. So.
Yeah, exactly. It is. So, he's been full on and been very busy with the young talented kids too now. So it's been good.
Definitely
been good.
Definitely. Yeah, man.
What's your favorite instrument?
Bro, it varies, man. I like the violin. I like the knee. I like soothing sort of instrumental songs.
Okay.
Like what we're listening to at the moment. It's nice. It's relaxing.
Yeah, more relaxing. Yeah.
It is a little fast. I like that, but it's soothing at the same time. There's one that you'll know. It's like a triangular shape, and you kind of play it with your.
That's the kanun.
That's the kanun.
Yeah, that's the kanun. The kanun is that's the one with the thin strings. It's got the triangular shape, as you said. Yeah.
That's a crazy ass instrument, man. That's just
it sounds amazing.
If you ever want to go, like I've got a farm, and when we go to the backyard, I've got my sheep and ponies and chickens all running around a 5-acre farm, and I get to sit down, have my tea, overlooking the sunset, and having something like that in the background. It is great experience.
Amazing, isn't it?
Great experience to have.
It is a nice cup in your hand and just sort of watching the actual nice sunset or the view there behind you, and just playing a good instrument like that absolutely goes down really nice.
It's good to get away from the city. I mean, we're in Beveridge. We're not too far. I think we're about 40 k's, 35 k's from the city. Not too far.
Yeah, not too far. No, it's not far at all.
It gets you away from the hustle bustle.
That's what you want. Yeah, exactly. That's what you want. Exactly right. I think that music has just sort of stopped there as well. We can play something else.
It's disappeared, my brother.
There you go.
It's doing it itself.
Oh, let's pick something else.
Oh, it's automatically picking it, and they're pretty good songs, bro.
It is actually good, huh?
These are my favorites.
A good set of there is a good set of songs there, which is great.
Yeah, definitely.
So we got a little playlist there. So, did you get up to anything on the weekend?
Yeah, I did a bit, man. There's always something to do on the farm, bro. Every morning I wake up, my routine's getting up early.
Yeah.
We've got Australorp chickens, if anyone doesn't know what an Australorp is. About, I think, 80 years ago, they introduced it from the UK to Australia and tried to kind of muck around with a few chickens in breeding them to find something that would work here in Australia with the conditions.
Yeah, and they lay a lot of eggs, don't they?
Bro, they're recorded. The most? Yeah, they're in the Guinness Book of Records of laying 300, I think, and 63 eggs in 1 year, bro. So,
wow.
Yeah, man, and they do really well. The great thing about them,
egg a day, man.
The great thing about them, they're fat. They're slow. The roosters, they don't chase after you.
They're much more friendly. They're more relaxed.
I had a really bad experience with the rooster event when I was living in Rokewood Crescent in Meadow Heights. We had a really big, well, it's not as big as the farm that I'm on now, but it had a big backyard for a house in Meadow Heights. I think it was about half an acre. And there was a rooster there, man. My mum used to send me there. She's like, go out and get the eggs. And I'm like, great, here we go again. So I'll go out there and I'll like take a little stick in my hand. like I'll shit myself to kind of get to that door, bro. I'm looking at the rooster. The rooster's busy. I'm running in. I grab the eggs, and the rooster spots me. He bolts towards me, jumps on my ass, and starts flapping his wings. I'm like, get off me. And yeah, man, you know what I did at the end?
What was that?
I had a friend, Edhan. He came over once. I'm like, bro, I'm going to chop this rooster's head in, but you got to help me catch it because I'm scared of it. So we went in the back. Went in the back and just grabbed this rooster with an axe.
No good.
And straight into, I told my mum to cook it, man.
Straight away. Beautiful.
It was nice. It was not bad.
Well, at least you've had
It wasn't an older
good
rooster.
dinner, chicken dinner.
It wasn't an older rooster. It was a young one. I think it was about under a year.
It tasted good too.
Yeah, it was all right, man. It was tasty. Nice. It was tender. Soft.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But these Australorps, bro, they've got chicks. And what I do, I take their eggs. There's different type of colors, and I just love them. They're beautiful. They come in this grey and black. They call it a splash, and they call it a blue, where it's just like this one light grey.
It's almost like
color.
the actual American blue staff. You got that grey tinge in it.
Yeah, and it's in chickens. And so what do, bro? I grab their eggs, I put them in the incubator, and they start popping out of the eggs. And
how many do you have now?
I've got at the moment, probably 2 months old, 2 month olds, probably about 20 of them.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
And 1 month olds, I've got about 8 of them. But that's it. I'm not doing anymore.
You've had enough.
Every morning, it's the same routine, and get up.
Yeah, farm life is a hard life, they say. So
the hardest part is putting water for them, man. Because they're chicks, they're small, they keep making a mess, and you've got to go every morning, take rainwater out of the tanks, fill them up into these little containers where they get their water from. And then feed them. So yeah, man.
You feed them pellets as well. You got the organic pellets.
I get the organic stuff. So I feed all my chickens good quality food.
So it's all organic.
Yeah, even the dog food, man. We get our chicken and lamb and stuff that carcasses that come from butchers. So yeah, bro, the bees that we've got, we don't spray them in any way. We don't use any pesticides. We don't put any sugar, because a lot of people that have got beehives, they kind of cheat. They put in the beehive water with sugar, and so in winter the bees kind of get that nutrients that they're looking from through sugar, which isn't natural. So what I like to do in winter is just leave their, especially their bottom row. There's about 8 frames of honey in there. Just leave it alone, man. Don't touch it.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it looks like it's going to be a cold, or if you've got a cold winter wherever you're from, leave 1 or 2 extra frames in there, and that's it, man. Yeah. Good. And the flavor from that's much better. But
100%. It'll just be more. It's that sweetness as well too. Yeah. I mean, if they're like the honeys that you get now from the supermarkets, they just taste. It's just watery. You know what I mean? It's just not as, I don't know. You can taste the difference between the organic honey and
majority of them aren't real. When they say organic in Australia, I mean you get as close as you can to organic. But majority of the honey that you get and that writes honey on it isn't real. Yeah. There's documentaries on it that show scientifically that there isn't enough bees or enough honey in the world to accommodate people. Wow. So majority of this fake honey, 70% of the honey in the world is fake, and it comes through Malaysia, countries like Malaysia and China, where they make that fake honey.
It's sad. It's sad to sort of hear that too. You know what I mean? Because it's something that's so much needed and so.
It's really good for you. Look, it
100%.
It helps you out a lot with the gut. It helps you out a lot with the vitamins and the nutrients that are in honey. There's a whole ayat in the Quran based on honey. So the honeybee, talks very deeply about that. And it is sad, man. But that's why we've got the bees on the farm. We love to eat that natural stuff. The kids love farm life. Like I believe as a kid I would have loved it as well. We've got a little pony that's as big as our dog.
Yeah.
We've got a Kungal. She's still young. They grow really big. But she's as big as the dog at the moment. The Kungal's about 5-6 months. So it's a really small, it's like a mini sort of pony. They don't grow too much. You can't really throw big kids on there either because it can break their backs. It's more of a pet, bro. But she herds the sheep for us.
Wow.
She runs around. She herds the sheep.
Wow, that's amazing. I've never heard that before.
She doesn't keep them in one spot. For some reason, she likes to move them around the house.
You should get one of those cattle dogs and stuff to do all that. But the actual my dog pony's doing it. So
my dog doesn't know what the pony's doing.
That's crazy.
It's funny, man. All right, let's 6:55. Probably
we can transition.
Yeah, look, let's get him on the phone, and then we'll start transitioning. I think that'll probably be better. Got to make sure that this is connected to my Bluetooth. No, it's not. Okay. Oh, that's connected. It's pretty cool. You connect your mobile phone onto this Rodecaster Pro,
It's awesome,
and
yeah.
you're going to hear the quality that's coming out of a mobile phone call. So
It's actually really good.
Bluetooth
Yeah,
as well.
it's really good quality. I highly recommend that actually brand to use as well. It's really nice.
Yeah, the Rodecaster Pros.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's got a memory
Awesome.
card. Anyone that wants to do podcasting and stuff, get in contact with us. I'll send you all the information. This
Yeah.
camera's good. The microphones, you've got to get good quality stuff.
Yeah, 100%. It's very
Especially if you
important.
don't want to change it later on. That's what I believe. Like, I'm like, I don't want to change it.
That's how I am too.
Yeah,
Like I
man.
said, you've got to spend that money. You know what I mean? And you have that for
Five,
a long
10 years.
time. And
Yeah.
yeah, exactly right. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's well worth it at the end of the day. You know, you don't want things to sort of stuffen up all the time, and when you have an important live feed going on. So
Exactly. Look, you'll always have issues and problems. They do happen. Unfortunately, Wi-Fi and stuff like that. The connection sometimes they don't hold up. We had a bit of an issue last time. Bring that down a little bit. There it is. Okay.
Hi, the person.
Okay, well, he knows that he's supposed to come on 7, so
that's
maybe,
right.
Maybe
So I think we've still got a couple more minutes there.
We've still got 3 more minutes. Is anyone on here, man? Wasn't anyone saying hi, guys? There's 3 people watching.
Guys, drop us a message on the live chat. You can speak to us at any given time. Say hi. Give us send us a message.
Yeah.
A request on a song, whatever you like.
That's right.
Let us know.
That's right. Jump on.
Feel free to talk and ask a question. No problem. We're a community-based radio.
Let us know where you're from. You know what you're up to. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, tell us about your day, and let's have a
what
chat.
You want to listen to. What you want to talk about.
Exactly.
What you want us to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's try this again. We can keep trying.
Okay, so
that wasn't good. Maybe he's trying to call me. Yes, he was. He was trying to call
you.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
So Baz is the flight
Here we
instructor.
go. Bazzy, Assalamu alaikum, bro. Good, bro. You're not on live yet. We're just going to transition. I'm just going to put you aside for a second.
We are on YouTube, though.
Can you hear me? Yeah, we are on YouTube, so we are live on YouTube. But majority of our viewers, bro, they watch us through Facebook. So we're going to transition into that. But you got to give me a couple of minutes. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And are we on loudspeaker by any chance?
We are.
Okay.
I'll take it off.
Yeah.
No. Give me a second. There we go.
Yeah.
That's better.
Okay, that's a lot better, man. That's a lot better. How's your day been?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
That's good.
How's yours?
Yeah, good, man. Good. We've been having some fun the last 22 minutes before we had you on, man. Just having a bit of a chat about work and weekends and stuff.
Nice.
I'm gonna get you
Beautiful.
on. I'm gonna get you on now, bro. Give me a second. I'll just transition this. A Cyprus.
Listen to that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aydin Show.
Welcome.
Well, welcome to the guys that are watching us on Facebook. We've been live on YouTube for the last 22 minutes.
That's exactly right.
Having a bit of a discussion about our day.
Yeah, day and our lively things that's been happening.
Yeah, pretty much.
Talked a bit about chickens.
Chickens and farming, man. It was a pretty interesting subject.
Of
Yeah, definitely. Look, we're going to have a pretty interesting show today. We've got our friend Bahri Aldatmaz on the line. He's going to discuss a few things with us about what he does and why he loves it. And hopefully we can do this on a weekly basis by having some of our friends come on. And every Wednesday, 7 p.m. left.
Yeah, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Yeah,
Oh,
we're sort
the
of locked it in
Camberfield
for.
guys.
So, yeah, definitely come and join us.
Definitely. Let's get him on the phone.
Yeah.
Hello, Bahri Abi Bez.
G'day, guys. How you going?
Good, my friend.
Good.
How are you?
Yourself?
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate that. It's a lovely honour to be part of something that you guys are involved in.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on.
Honour's all ours, brother.
Yeah. Fantastic, mate. It sounds good.
Tell us a little bit about your day today, man. What did you get up to?
Oh, so about my day. Okay, so I woke up quite early, went for a nice run, which we do every morning, or a big walk. If I'm not running, I'm cycling. I live down the beach here in Beaumaris. Been
Nice.
out this way for probably 20-something years now. I grew up in the north, towards Broadmeadows and Greenvale and so forth.
Okay.
But, so I woke up and then took care of a few things for my own couple of businesses that I run, and then headed to my job at the airport as a flight instructor.
Okay, so what's some of those? What's a couple of those businesses that you're running?
So I've got a print brokering business, which is quite it's got quite a bit of history from decades ago. It used to be a very, very big company involved in manufacturing, commercial print.
Yeah.
And I shut down the manufacturing component some years ago, probably about 7-8 years ago, because the cost of manufacturing in Australia and the cost of living just got to, unsustainable levels. So now we broker most of that work. We kept a lot of the big customers and big, commercial sort of customers.
Yeah.
And so we service that, through various means.
Yeah.
And I've got a caravan wholesaling business as well.
Where's that?
Oh,
Don't say it's in Camberfield.
Oh, in Camberfield. Has to be in Camberfield.
No, not Camberfield. It's a caravan wholesaling business. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I buy and sell and wholesale and retail caravans as well.
I get you. Okay,
Yeah.
so you buy them and resell them. The reason why I'm saying Camberfield, I think it's a hub for selling new caravans in Australia.
Yeah, it is, and there's quite a big manufacturing sort of plant down that way as well, or manufacturing plants, and some of those are actually our print customers as well. But yeah, so it's all kind of intertwined, and then that allows me to not have to go to work in the morning and do a job that I don't want to do, and then come home and not be happy. So
the question is, do we get a big discount on the caravan?
You can have it for what I paid for it. How's that?
That's it. I'm done. I'm sold.
So tell us a little bit.
Done.
So tell us a little bit more about what you love to do, man, and how you got into it.
All right. So my passion is absolute passion. There's one of two. I'm a taekwondo instructor from many, many moons ago, which I used to have a pretty big taekwondo school up in the north in Greenvale out there, which I started when I was only 17, 18. And then printing sort of took over, and I did that for a long time. And slowly I started to work smarter, not harder. And a couple of businesses evolved to a stage where I don't have to be there anymore. So they basically run themselves, with a little bit of input. But I took up aviation about 4 years ago.
Yep.
And then, it was something that was always like a lump inside my, when you get that feeling in your
I
in
do
your
have
stomach
that.
where, yeah, I
Got the exact
should have
same.
done this and I should have done that and I
Yeah.
should have done this. So that every time I saw a pilot or I saw an airplane or
Exactly me.
quite a few of my friends, Ali Abi, Ali Tat, Sinan, a few of the other boys, Hakan, they're all pilots for Turkish Airlines, and every time I saw them and every time I heard of them or I saw an airplane, it would just sit inside me. So about 4 years ago, I just said, no, I'm going to do this. And I took the biggest step. I never thought the challenge would be so tough because I didn't want to just be a private pilot or recreational pilot. I wanted to be a commercial pilot.
Commercial.
And I was the oldest in the class and literally blistered through
How old are you?
all of the
If you don't mind us asking.
stages. Well, I started that at 45. I'm 48 now.
Okay.
So,
You're not old at all.
yeah.
Man.
So, yeah, I managed to get through that and got all my qualifications and ended up getting my flight instructor license as well. And now I'm, getting layers on top of the flight instructor license as well. So I fly literally every day as an instructor.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So
it's a great existence. You're up in the air every day. It's you see things that most people don't, or
we were just discussing that with Levy. We're like,
Hmm.
imagine taking your job or you having your office.
Yeah, the office is in the sky.
Yeah, exactly. In a plane, being able to be in the clouds. And how does it feel? Does it feel like you dream?
Look, it does. It's like a dream come true. How can I say? It's a very, very serious business. Obviously, there's a lot of background. For every hour of flight, they say there's 3-4 hours of flight planning, which the students do. I mean, mostly we do it as well. But so there's a very, very serious business. The regulations are very, very intertwined, and Australia's got probably the heaviest regulations on aviation. So you've got to comply in every facet. I can't even begin to explain to you the level of compliance required to fly in Australia. But anyway, having said that, I wake up and I go to the airport every morning, or the mornings that I've got flights booked, and then it's another student, and it feels very fulfilling to be able to teach someone else how to fly, which is an unnatural thing that humans weren't never supposed to do.
Yeah.
And you watch them progress and what have you, but the sky looks different every day, and you never know which way you're going to go, and you get to read read nature, and you get to see things that people just don't see literally every day. It's unbelievable. Yeah, it's fantastic.
Tell me something. Do you need to get do you need to do a test or something to get to that extent where you can fly for like Turkish Airlines or Qantas or something?
Well, so
you got to do your hours. I kind of understand that. So you got to do your hours. How many hours? How many hours do you have to do?
Look, the airlines generally in America, you need 1,500 hours. Okay,
that's massive.
Full stop.
That's massive.
That's America. So most pilots, what they'll do, they'll get there. They'll either go through the military and get those, get the qualifications and hours. They usually take on military before civilian. But if you go the civilian route, and you're not going to go through military, you pay for your own flight training, and then you get a job as your first, whatever charter job, or if you can, which is very hard in Australia, or a flight instructor, and then you build your hours and you build your experience, because it does take quite a bit of experience to be able to, to comply with the level of skill required to fly airlines. And eventually you get selected to the airlines. That process takes about 5 to 7 years usually.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that's if you're successful, if you're fit, if you're in the age bracket, if you're the height, weight, shape, all that sort of stuff.
Blood tests, I guess.
Because the medical passes, and that's what the most hardest is too, because your eyesight's another problem too, if that's the case. Yeah.
It's gotten easier over the years with eyesight and hearing, what have you. They've got exemptions, but there's also the aptitude as well. So you need to be able to pass in Australia some very, very heavy exams, which we call the ATPL exams, Air Transport Pilot License exam. So that's the next one up from commercial license. And the only way you can get that is you pass a further 7 exams after you've got your commercial pilot license. Wow. It takes good 2 years to, if you've got the time to study and go through them. Some people get them done in 4 or 5 months, but that's flat out. It's very intense. And then you need your 1,500 hours, and then you get your ATPL license. And then and only then maybe the airlines will look at you. But in Europe, it's a bit easier, and Asia as well. People were before the pandemic getting into the front seat of an airliner in 300, 400, 500 hours, which is something else that can be discussed as well. But, it's one of those things where if you really want it, you can do it, and you can even do it in Australia.
So let me get this right. You started off, and now you're instructing people to get out there and learn how to fly a smaller plane.
Correct. Yeah. So everybody starts. Yeah.
Yeah. So if I came out and we did a bit of a Facebook Live, is it me that's going to be lifting off, or
give him the controls and just get him to
would it be like
lift up?
Yeah. Would it be like
the yoke?
Well, yeah. I don't know if I've got the confidence with that, but do you think would it be lifting off the first go, or would it be more in the air trying to take a little bit of control?
So what we do is we judge the person as well.
Yeah.
Some people are gifted, it's very rare that on the first flight we'd ask the student to, take the aircraft and lift off from the runway. But what we would probably do is we'd have you to follow through on the controls and put your hands on the yoke and then put your feet on the rudder pedals without manipulating them, and just feeling what the pilot that's teaching you is doing, so that they can understand.
Yeah, that sounds pretty surreal.
So if you can imagine driving a car, it takes a lot of concentration, right?
Yeah.
When you're driving a car, you're listening, you're looking, all your senses are playing, and it takes quite some years to be able to get that kind of aptitude to be able to, that kind of experience to be able to drive fluently. Flying an airplane is exactly the same. It's a bit unnatural because we're in the sky.
Yeah.
And it's not 2D, it's more of a 3D sort of existence because you've got three axes that you're turning on,
Yeah, exactly.
So, and you've got the radio blaring, you've got all sorts of stuff that you've got to...
Which airport do you actually fly out from? Or which one do you use? Do you go for Essendon Airport? Do you go Moorabbin Airport? Or?
Well, our flight school is based in Moorabbin Airport, but we fly to Essendon Airport quite regularly.
Oh, beautiful. So we can come down there and fly back down to Essendon Airport? Is that... Can you do that?
Yeah. I'd love to take you guys on a flight. It'd be great. I'll take you for a lunch somewhere in Victoria, wherever you want in Victoria. My shout.
That'd be awesome. I've done a bit of flight hours myself. I love aviation as much as like you said yourself too, because I've got a big passion for it. And I flew for. I think I've got I haven't got much, but I've got 6 to 10 hours in flight time on a Cessna 152 myself.
Fantastic.
And we're flying from Melbourne Airport on the grass strip there, and then obviously going around doing our checks and stuff. So I actually love it. I stopped it, which I shouldn't have, but at the time, I was always paying $250 a week or whatever, so it was getting a bit costly. So that's the only reason why I sort of stopped. But I'm going to definitely get back into it again, which is my heart.
I'm going to hold you to that.
I'm definitely definitely down for the flight and definitely for the lesson. Yeah,
it's going to be my first time, so I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, guys. You'll love it. It'll probably be like something in a Cessna 172 or maybe a twin engine of some sort, 4-seater.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can do that for sure. You'll love it.
Awesome.
And you know what? I tell you what, when you get back behind the cockpit, the bug will come back and you'll end up not giving it up. For me, it's changed my life.
Yeah.
Because I went through some rough patch about 10 years ago with divorce and a few other things that were happening. I just wasn't feeling the best.
Yeah.
But I got into aviation. It fixed my health up. We need a Class 1 medical. We need to get checked every year. We need to make sure that we fit, healthy, sleep, eat well. Mind's got to be in a good place.
It's really good.
Health, mind, body, and soul.
Exactly.
But yeah, aviation is absolutely magical, mate. You got to get into it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can't explain.
Maybe we might even go live on my Facebook, and that way our viewers can see exactly what it's like. It'll be
for sure. Yeah, we can do a day in the life of a Moorabbin Airport pilot.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Look, what's your goal? What's your goal out of this? Do you want to fly for a particular airplane company? I mean, I heard you say Turkish Airlines. Yep. So I wanted to go to the airline pre-pandemic, but you need to be a little bit realistic as well. Now, a lot of people are saying it's still possible, and including a couple of those people are actual captains at Turkish Airlines. Because of my age, I'm very, very aware that the airlines are going to take some time to recover. Now, by the time they recover, I would have had enough hours to be able to enter. Even now, I can put my application, what have you, in. I've got all the
instrument rating and the commercial pilot license and all the exams and what have you.
Yeah.
That's all sorted. But I try to be realistic as well. And I look at my life in Melbourne, and I say to myself, I've got 2 cracking businesses. I live beachside. I fly to different destinations with different students. It's a fun atmosphere. It's still flying for me. I'm still feeling fulfilled. And passing on the knowledge to other students and what have you. I sort of see myself leaving a lot back here in Melbourne if I was to go down that path to an airline.
Yeah.
If I was probably 10 years younger, I'd be going, hammer and tongs towards an airline. But look, in the future, I'll probably end up going to a charter job of some sort, for different kinds of aircraft.
Yeah.
Right now I'm having a lot of fun and I'm loving it.
That's great, man.
That's what you want.
That's what we want to hear. Exactly.
You want to live it and love it.
Yeah, life of a business person and life as an entrepreneur. It's a right way to be. Really, definitely.
Yeah. It just allows you to jump out of bed. You know what I mean? You just like spring off the bed, and I'm like happy to be up on every day.
Yeah.
There's none of that feeling of I got to go to work tomorrow. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
So that's what I recommend to people. Just do something that you absolutely love, and your whole life will change. You won't see it as a joy.
Let's bring that towards some of the youth in the community.
Yeah,
what's some of the advice that you can give them to
absolutely.
In terms of flying or life lessons that you've seen along the way through business and
absolutely. Absolutely. Look, I mean, when I was growing up in the northern suburbs, I always had a bit of a fire in my belly to do well. And I thank a lot of the family friends and especially my father for being at the forefront. He was always a businessman as well. He used to have quite so many video shops and bring singers from Turkey and what have you. And I saw him as a bit of a role model. He was always doing really, really well and very respected by the whole community as well. So, I started off with taekwondo clubs and then we opened up the print business and that just went absolutely ballistic for 20, 25 years. And then, what I recommend is don't settle just to get by. Right? Don't settle for, to the youth. Don't just settle for something to pay the bills because you're better than that and you deserve better than that as well. And you know what? You're going to go through some tough periods and what have you, and you're going to go through some studying. You're going to go through some, some mountains to get past to get to where you want to go. If I could only tell you the level of stress that I had to go through and the intensity of the flight training, because I finished everything very, very quickly. I did about 5 and a half years of 6 years almost of flight training in just on 2.5, 3 years.
Wow.
So if I could tell you the amount of study that I had to put in to get to where I am now, it's unbelievable, but it's worth it at the end because no one wants to be unhappy when they wake up on a Monday morning or 100%. When they go to bed on a Sunday night and say, oh my God, I'll go to work.
It's a Sunday or it's a Monday.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So study hard, work hard because, something that my father used to say to me, you've got 2 arms, 2 legs and a brain just like everybody else, push yourself and push yourself out of that comfort zone. Once you do that, then you're always bettering yourself. You know what I mean?
So true.
And if you push yourself out of your comfort zone, that's the only way you're going to know as to how high you can go. Because, when we pass from this world to the next one, what do you want to be remembered as? And what have you done? What are they going to say about you? What have you done?
I guess a good way of saying is on your deathbed. If we have that opportunity, when you look back at when you want to look back at your life, you want to see that you've achieved some of the dreams that you were passionate about or that you wanted to do but you didn't. And those regrets would kind of make it. I guess a lot.
Absolutely. It's not late. It's never too late as well. Like age is never a barrier.
That's true.
In Australia, the government pays for all. In regards to flight training, you can do your flight training for a commercial license in Australia, right? Government funded. That's happening right now.
Is that happening right now?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, it is. And that's when I actually sort of left, and after a while that came in, and I was going to actually start it because of that. But now, because obviously being in construction, it threw me off, obviously. But now, like you said, the government will fund that for it. And you only pay like $2,000 or something at the front. And then the rest they pay.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's it. Yeah, yeah.
So
It's
why aren't some of the guys in our community jumping onto this? I mean, I remember having a conversation with you, and you said along the lines of there's not much Turks or Lebos or people within the community that we live in the northern suburbs, you know, that aren't joining in, that aren't flying.
There's not enough. There are some, but there's not enough. Like in my experience, I've probably seen maybe 10, 15 Turkish students out of the out of the maybe 1,000 sort of that I've come across in Moorabbin. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are pilots. We do have pilots all around Australia. Turkish pilots. They're a bit quiet, and they're probably not so well known. We've got quite a few from Australia that are flying in Turkey and Dubai and Singapore and a few others as well as 777 captains and A350 captains and I know quite a few of those and the 737 captains and stuff. So there's quite a few from Australia that have done it. Yeah. But in the past, there's been a massive financial barrier because to get to those levels or to get to even the flight instructor level, you're looking at minimum $150,000 of real money. Minimum, and that's a lot of money for someone to pay if the job's not even guaranteed at the end. So, but now the government, it's got the funds there. You just apply as long as you're an Australian citizen, and as long as you commit to that. Because the thing is, you can be approved.
What do they pay for? So we've got Cert 4s. We know that they pay, for Cert 4s and stuff like that. Do you know the maths? Do you know the costs?
Yep. So I got my Cert 4 training and assessment with my flight instructor rating, which is after the commercial pilot license. So I got that. But the commercial pilot license, it comes in the form of a diploma of aviation. Okay. So you end up doing a diploma of aviation for either 2 years full time or 4 years or 3 years part time, I think it was.
Yeah.
But if you really want to do it, there's many, many, many ways and many avenues. If you're paying cash, you can get it done a lot cheaper.
Yeah,
as well.
100%,
a lot cheaper.
If it is government funded, so the government pays how much of it? Like Levin was saying,
all of it.
Oh, it's all of it.
Yeah. You pay something up front, don't you? From the pocket. I think it's a very minimal amount that you pay from your pocket, and then the rest of it, the government actually pays for the old tuition and everything. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. So you pay a small fee.
Yeah. Do you know what that fee is? Is it $2,000 or is it less?
I think it's two.
It's around two. It's around $1,500 to $2,000 over a period of 6 months. I think it is, and then at the end there might be like a gap, depending if you get a certain number of hours that you can fly with that.
Yeah.
And that's enough to be able to finish your commercial pilot license.
Yeah.
Right. But if your training is taking a little longer than the 200 allocated hours, what will happen is the flight school will bill you for that separately. That could be $5,000, $10,000, depending. But mate, it's worth it. That's what you do. So, but it is a very, very difficult process to go through. You got to be ready to, fly, study, and you're going to have no life for 2 years, at least maybe 3. And you need to be committed, because if you don't, you'll end up with a massive, $100,000 and something debt at the end of it. Which you got no license, you got no qualification, and you got the debt. So you got to be really committed to it, and your family has to be supportive as well.
Yeah.
So that's very important too.
Yeah. Look, I guess the way I found you through Facebook, you're easy going, man. I just message you, and you're there to support and help. So I guess for some of the other guys that are in the community, some of the young fellas that would like to maybe learn a little bit more, is it okay if they do the same sort of thing where they can find you through Facebook and message you?
Absolutely, yeah. You got my number. So give them my number. I'm more than happy for anyone to give me a call, and I'm more than happy to take anyone up for a flight. You know what I mean? We're constantly going privately as well.
Are you comfortable giving it your number now?
Absolutely, yeah, no problem at all. More than happy, yeah.
What's your number?
For sure. Do you want me to? 0411.
Yep.
878.
878.
878 again.
That's easy. 0411 878 878. You must have got that number like 10 years ago.
I got that number for a very good friend of mine who owns a phone shop.
It's a gold number. That's the one.
I might know him, man. I used to be in mobile phones.
Well, Ali Selleck. He got me that number.
He's in Roxburgh Park now. He's in Telstra Roxburgh Park. He used to work for Telechoice. We work in the same same sort of company, and I remember seeing him in some of the meetings that they used to hold there every month.
Yeah.
But
he's a legend. He's my childhood friend. He's a champion.
Definitely. He's looked after you with the number, so it proves it.
That's it.
Abi, I want to thank you.
But yeah, I'm more than happy to take calls and answer any questions. If someone wants to have a coffee, I'd be delighted to be able to. If I can even get one other youth to become a pilot, in our community, awesome. I've done well. You know what I mean? That's
Definitely.
how I feel.
Definitely,
You're a champion,
for sure.
mate.
Thank you very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Thank you so much, Bahri, for coming on.
Thank you.
We're definitely going to tee up and
We are, and
we're going to catch up and go for that
both.
flight. I've got your number now anyway, so we're definitely going to be.
We're bringing out the cameras, mate. We're bringing out the cameras.
Get ourselves back into it.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, I'm really looking forward to it, guys. Really, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Thanks for coming on. Thank you very much.
All right, take care. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Again, that was awesome. Yeah,
it was another great show, guys. Very. I guess there was a lot of knowledge behind Baz. He's been flying for a very long time, so
and a businessman also. Yeah, and definitely. Like I said, if he's got any questions and stuff like that, definitely give him a call.
He's been kind enough to give his number out. So
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
And his number was 0411 878 878. So you can give him a call and ask him any questions about the pilot program and stuff like that, and also he'll help you out with anything that you need.
Let me say this: if I was younger, and if we weren't in building, I love building, but if we weren't in building and I was a lot younger, if I was in my 20s, I would be taking up that deal, giving Baz a call and getting out there to see if it's for me or not.
I definitely feel exactly where he's coming from, and I think that's something that's been inside of me this whole time too. So, and I know exactly where it was coming from too when he was saying it. It was always something inside of me, and I just had to do it. So that's exactly where I am now too, and I always wanted to do it. So I will get back into it. And I think, definitely. Get into it. Straight away.
Not a problem, guys. Do us a favor, press the like button on Facebook.
And share.
That's right, and share. Yeah, it's a good one.
Definitely like and share.
And go onto our YouTube channel and subscribe. And until next week, Assalamu alaikum.
Salam. Hope to see you then.
See you guys. Bye.
Thanks. Have a good day.